Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. Today, we're diving into a foundational lesson on what are arguably the absolutely most important words in the entire English language, verbs. Whether you're just starting out or, maybe just looking for a quick refresher, you are exactly in the right place. We're starting with verbs because every single complete sentence has to have one. Seriously, without a verb, a sentence literally falls apart. But with one, it totally comes to life. Let's get into it.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll look at verbs as the engine of English. Second, spotting action verbs. Third, state of being verbs. Fourth, the basics of subject-verb agreement. And finally, an interactive practice exercise.
All right, Section 1, the engine of English. What is a verb?
So think of your sentence like a car. Without an engine, it's just not going anywhere. The verb is that engine. Formally, a verb is a word that shows an action or a state of being. Really focus on those two ideas, action and state of being. A verb basically tells us what the subject is doing, or it tells us how that subject exists. Every single verb we look at today is going to fall into one of these two powerful categories.
Moving right along to Section 2, spotting action verbs, physical and mental.
So let's focus on that first, highly dynamic category. These are definitely the easiest ones to spot in the wild. You've got two types of action verbs. First, physical actions. These are things that involve the body and are completely visible in the physical world, like run, jump, eat, or sing. Second, you have mental actions. Things like think, believe, understand, or guess. Now, even though you can't physically see someone understanding something, it's still a highly active process happening right there in the brain.
Let's look at a really concrete example. The dog runs across the yard. Well, the subject is the dog. What is the dog doing? It runs. You can easily visualize that physical action actually happening, right? Runs is the engine moving our subject across the yard.
Now let's contrast that with a mental action. She believes in ghosts. The subject is she. What is she doing? She believes. You obviously can't snap a photograph of a belief because it's completely invisible, but it's still a highly active mental process. Believes is functioning as the engine here, just as effectively as running did.
Okay, Section 3, state of being verbs, linking the subject. So, if action verbs are all about doing, this second category functions a little bit differently. Think of state of being verbs as existing. These verbs absolutely do not show action. Instead, their entire job is to act kind of like an equal sign in math. They simply link the subject directly to a description. And actually, that's exactly why they're often called linking verbs.
The most common state of being verbs you'll run into are just forms of to be, am, is, are, was, were. Take a look at how they link things together. In the sentence, I am happy, the word am just connects the subject, I, to the feeling happy. In he is a doctor, is connects him to his profession. And in they are late, are links them to their current status. See? There's absolutely no action happening, it's just existing and linking.
Section 4, Subject-Verb Agreement Basics, maintaining the engine.
Okay, so if the verb is the engine, we really need to make sure we're putting in the right fuel. In English, specifically in the present tense, our verb engine has to perfectly match our subject. It's pretty straightforward for most pronouns. With subjects like I, you, we, and they, the action verb run stays exactly the same. I run, you run, we run. But when the subject is a third-person singular pronoun, so he, she, or it, the rule shifts a little. We generally have to slap an S onto the end of the action verb, so it becomes he runs, she runs, it runs. This whole concept of matching is what we call subject-verb agreement.
All right, Section 5, interactive practice exercise, test your knowledge. Let's see how we're doing.
Here's your very first challenge. The children play in the park. Ask yourself, what is the subject doing? Or what word is linking the subject to a description? Try to spot the verb and decide right now if it's an action or state of being.
Did you guess it? The verb is play, and it is for sure an action verb. Specifically, it's a physical action verb because you can literally watch children playing. Play is the engine moving those kids all around the park.
Okay, challenge number 2. My teacher is very smart. Is there an action happening here, or is there a word linking the subject to a description? Spot the verb and its type.
The answer is. That's our state of being verb. The word is sitting there acting as an invisible equal sign, perfectly linking our subject, my teacher, to the description, very smart.
Let's do one more. Sentence 3. We eat pizza on Fridays. First, find the subject. It's we. Now, what is the word that tells us what we are doing?
Yep, the verb is eat, and it is a classic action verb. Eating is a physical action that drives this entire sentence forward. Now, if you successfully identified those, huge congratulations. You definitely have a solid working understanding of these crucial grammar engines.
So I want to leave you with one final, kind of fun thought. What action verbs are you doing literally right now? You might feel completely still as you sit there, but you are a total powerhouse of verbs. You are listening to my voice. You are watching these concepts unfold. You are learning something new. You are breathing. Verbs aren't just dry rules sitting in some dusty grammar book. They are the inescapable engines of your own life, running every single second of the day. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.